Back tomorrow, maybe not, you know how Mama rolls. And that's it for us, so we'll see y'all tomorrow. Look at that. Do you? No wonder you can't figure out the damn Andre the Giant and all that. What was saying?
Welcome to a highly questionable Wednesday. Sarah Spain was just complaining about what a slow news day it is. What's on the show today, Sarah?
Thunder Pirate Steven Adams, new league MVP.
Oh, wow. There is nothing on the show today. Dale, papi.
Does Steph Curry owe it to the fans to try to return by Christmas to play against LeBron?
I marvel at this team for so many ways. I think it's the greatest team ever assembled. And proof of that is that the two-time MVP can leave for a while and nobody worries at all about the state of the team because they'd have to lose both guys, Durant and Steph Curry, to get all of our attentions. But he doesn't owe us anything. That ankle is a very flimsy foundation atop which everything in Golden State is built, and he's got to make sure it's right before going forward.
Yeah, when the NBA figured out fewer back-to-backs so that big teams and big names would not miss out on big televised games nationally, they didn't take into account actual injuries, right? They worried about faking injuries. They worried about coaches' decisions. But something like this is real. And if Steph Curry isn't ready to come back yet, he doesn't owe anybody an early return. And it'll actually probably benefit the Warriors because in the last 4 seasons when Steph Curry has sat, they have scored at league average or below. They have not yet figured out exactly who they are and how to compete without him. This might be a good chance for them to work on it. So God forbid something happens before the postseason or he's not 100%, he's injured like a couple years ago when they lost. They have a better shot of competing without him.
The only time in the last 3 years that we have seen the Warriors be weak is when they lost at the end against Cleveland. And the reason that happened is because all of us, Steph Curry didn't look quite right to us. It's really important that you get this guy looking exactly right.
Are you kidding me? They don't need the Steph. They got somebody there who can fill that gap very easily. Swaggy Peace, man.
Oh, that's right.
He's my guy,
ready.
Swaggy Peace.
My chance,
that's
baby.
Right.
Woo! Touches for me. Touches for me.
Should Melo and PG really get credit for Steven Adams saving their season?
Oh, Billy Donovan trying to placate the fragile egos of Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. Sees that the last 3 games, Steven Adams is averaging 22 points a game. They've won those games. I will say this on behalf of everyone in that locker room. Chris Bosh said when he arrived in Miami, you do not know the sacrifices you are making until you are making them. Steven Adams gets to do the same job he's always done. PG and Carmelo have to figure out a way to work around Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams.
Yeah, you have to give credit to all of them, right? Steven Adams is the guy who's actually scoring 22 points and shooting 80% over their last 3 wins. But the other guys are the ones, like Dan said, who have to suck it up a little and allow their fragile egos to admit, hey, we're not playing up to our best. And maybe the team will perform better if us stars allow for the space that the other guys need to make easy buckets, like Steven Adams, who gets all the pub and the good box score, and these guys just take the W's. Now, how long this will last is the question, right? Because it's easy to get guys to do this for a couple games. For a whole season, if it benefits the team, I don't think so. Not with guys like Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. And if they're not getting good numbers, this team, as it is certainly not lasting past this year.
But that's what the regular season is for these 2 guys to figure out how it is to work into everything that they're doing there. Again, it's not irrelevant that Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook are doing the same jobs they've always done. Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, they're doing different jobs than they've ever had to do.
You know, Melo is such a team player, you know, going 6 for 19 just to help the team.
Just to help Steven Adams. That was so kind of Carmelo Anthony to put up that 1 for 20.
Billy Donovan, the magic genius who finally figured out the system in which Carmelo Anthony can take too many shots and make few of them, and they win.
Yes, let him shoot 16 times, and then after the game saying he's making Steven Adams so much better with all those offensive rebounds.
This is all thanks to Melo.
Who is more to blame for the Broncos' embarrassing season, John Elway or Vance Joseph?
Vance Joseph is the coach of the Broncos. John Elway is the famous Bronco, the most famous Bronco, the most competent Bronco in the history of Broncos. And he is saying he is embarrassed by this 3-9 season and 3 of the losses in the last 5 games. They've got 5 straight losses, but 3 of the losses, you're not even competitive in any way. And that's Elway's fault. His quarterbacks are a disaster. And John Elway, this is weird to say, John Elway hasn't shown from trying to overpay Brock Osweiler to everything that's happened in Denver. He hasn't shown you that he's good at evaluating quarterback talent.
I would say the most famous Bronco, potentially the white Bronco, but secondarily, absolutely John Elway. Listen, I think on the one hand, we give him too much credit because he got to succeed with Peyton Manning and Von Miller and this great defense. On the other hand, I think we look at those two guys, and that does not a team make. He has filled in the team with good talent in years past enough to achieve a very high level of success. This season, not so much. The difference is Vance Joseph, but the difference is also that Elway missed the most important assignment of his job, which is to find the heir to Peyton Manning. And when you knew you didn't have it last year with Osweiler or Trevor Siemian, you didn't fix it. And you haven't gone out and gotten Kaepernick or anybody else. And I realize there's a dearth of quarterbacks, but this is on him for not giving Vance Joseph enough to work with in his first season at the helm.
Yeah, they're in trouble, buddy. They're in trouble. I mean, when the Dolphins can beat the crap out of you,
yes,
woo, you're in trouble.
It's time to reevaluate.
That's right.
Yeah.
They've been bad for a long time. John Elway wasn't embarrassed until the Dolphins did that to them.
Are you surprised that Big Ben hopes his son plays golf instead of football?
I feel like the only things that we've heard publicly from Big Ben for about 12 months now are, man, this dude is in physical pain. And his every comment is about he's in physical pain, whether it's I'm thinking about retiring or I don't want this for my son because my body hurts. If Ben Roethlisberger is talking about quitting and Ben Roethlisberger is talking about it hurting, you would understand why he wouldn't want his son to feel those things later in life.
Yeah, it's not that surprising when current players say this, not because they don't appreciate the game and all it's done for them, but they've achieved a certain level of success wherein their children do not need to go out and find something to give them generational wealth. So that's for starters. Secondarily, they can look back at everything they achieved and say with the knowledge of today, this is hard, this hurts. And now that we know what it does to our brains, I don't need it for my kid. And I think the knowledge that we have now is really changing people's opinions of the game.
I just wish my son had been good at any sport.
Oh, yeah, so does your son, actually. He wouldn't be sitting here on television gas-bagging about sports. I'd be trying to make a comeback like Rafael Palmeiro.
Poppy, what's his best sport?
I begin to wonder, what's his best sport?
You know, eating is a competitive
That's
sport.
right, okay. Should we take 53-year-old Rafael Palmeiro's comeback seriously?
Okay, everyone's going to laugh at this because Rafael Palmeiro hasn't been in the big league since the Black Sox scandal of 1919. Like, it's been a really long time since Rafael Palmeiro was playing baseball, but he sounds embittered, and I understand how he arrives here. He talked to Ken Rosenthal, and Ken Rosenthal works for The Athletic now, and what he told him is that basically, I'm tired of the strikeouts. I think I can hit in the big leagues, and I want a spring training invite, not Japan. I mean, he's making diva demands now, and I think this happens because A-Rod has made his return. He's now more popular than Jeter. He's dating J-Lo. Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds have made their returns as hitting coaches. Everyone's been forgiven except this poor guy who looked like he was out of Castaway and Tom Hanks when he disappeared from the sport after doing B12 in shame, and now he wants to get the ending right for his kids. You can't blame a father for that.
I mean, enough time has passed that we're saying this poor guy about Rafael Palmeiro, a guy who lied about cheating, which is where we are now, which is why he's watching this and saying, yeah, I need a better finish. Now, I guess I agree with the idea that he wants to show his kids he can do it. I understand that he'd be embittered about the way things ended for him, but 53, hasn't played in years, and the rumor is he's watching today's game and saying, these guys strike out too much. I could do that. All right, buddy. Let's see. Get on in there. Let's see how long that old set of bones lasts when you're trying to make it around the bases.
He did play in a minor league game. He was 2 for 4, and it was his son's game. And one of the plays would have been a double, except his hamstring wasn't working right. So he did, in that one game, go 2 for 4, and I know all that because of my research staff.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Oh, Sammy. Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa.
Yes,
Sammy. Yeah? You're watching this show. Oh, you want to come back too?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I put the good word for you. No sweat. Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, okay. Sure, I pass the word around.
All right, very good.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play. He just wants the Cubs to acknowledge he ever existed.
He has no chance anymore.
Thank you, Poppy. Wow.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Dude fight.
You can ask me, why do you have so little enthusiasm?
And of course the wife is like, honey, we're on vacation. Just one.
For Warriors at Hornets, Golden State getting used to life without Steph for at least 2 weeks. Meanwhile, can KD practice the poise he's preaching without Steph and Draymond? Come chill with us on the 6.
Time to play the game that feels like Sisyphus. After working with Dan, do you question?
You give us topics and events, we push them up a hill.
Do you question which one of these guys is better at sports?
All right. Sports Illustrated had a party last night, and at parties come people from sports, athletes, on a red carpet. And so this photograph was taken. And how would you explain this to people who don't know who these two human beings are if you were to ask them, who's better at sports? And the answer would be the little guy. So the answer so far is the little guy. The little guy is better at his sport than the big guy is at his.
If you know how to play the game, size doesn't matter.
There you go. Boom!
Tuve, he looks small, but not as small as Kevin Hart.
That's true.
Kevin Hart.
True. Oh my
see,
God,
that's
I
not
can't.
fair.
Those
That's
people are not all the
fair.
same species.
Wait a minute.
That's like a.
How does Shaq look that small? Oh my God, Shaq looks like Altuve in that photo.
Do you question if these old guys gave fans their money worth?
Oh, this is a good question here. It involves cruise ships. Cruise ships have a few things that are unpleasant. People in the whirlpool shouldn't be in the whirlpool. People in the buffet who shouldn't be around the buffet. And here are people leaving the cruise ship and they're fighting over tables because they're animals. They're savages fighting over tables. There aren't enough tables.
You gotta have a beer. You gotta share it. No, I don't.
Old dude fight.
You can ask me, why do you have so little enthusiasm?
And of course the wife is like, honey, we're on vacation. Just once. Can we just not?
Chair and an umbrella. You got everything else. You just got the
I heard a word in there that had to bleep.
He could go around, but he's
Oh,
gonna
we're
go
going over.
What
kind of punch was it?
yes! Some of this for your face right here.
Oh my God!
Yes, it's security.
Kicking!
Yes.
Oh, how did his shirt end up over his head? It was like,
Yes.
wow.
Oh my God.
Is that the wife trying to talk him down with a hug?
Oh, the stories they're gonna get.
Wow. Oh, ooh, we were using a crate as a blockade. Take his legs out. Oh no.
They are gonna tell their
that's
grandkids some stories.
Unfortunate.
These two guys, they look familiar, you know. I think that I've seen them before.
Oh, my father's
boy.
gonna throw it to another old person
Yep.
fight. Is it the
Oh,
grand?
I know this one.
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh, you could break a hip.
Yeah, hell
This is
yeah.
sad. Don't do that.
No, what do you mean it's sad?
Oh, he barely got up.
Sarah, you're gonna
That
ruin
guy's
this.
a bully.
Sarah.
Oh, yeah, get it, bully.
Sarah,
sit
you're
down.
very conflicted with all of this. This is sad. Get it, bully. Sit down. Like,
Well,
what-
it's funny, but I'm worried that they're gonna hit their own.
you're showing very little consistency of opinion on this.
It's troubling, but
It's simply
funny.
funny, Sarah.
It is.
Laugh at it.
No,
Let
because
it go.
what if one of them hit their head and died?
Yes,
That'd be
but that's
awful.
not what's
Oh,
going to
no.
happen. We wouldn't show it if that happened, Sarah.
He just hurt himself kicking the other guy.
Sarah, it's not sad. Nobody's ever viewed that video and thought it was sad.
I have issues.
You know how hard it is to kick somebody at that age and keep your balance? That's tough, man.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
yes,
Really
that video proved how hard
Stand
that
up
is.
and give it a shot, Poppy.
No, thank you.
Do you question if Mariah Carey is a warlock?
Another warlock?
Mariah Carey. Poppy,
Meredith
I don't know.
Carey.
I don't know who Meredith Carey is.
Oh, I saw this.
All right, hold on a second, Sarah. Let's go and check in with previous warlocks. These two don't think we're doing a television show here. Oh, follow the order.
so excited.
We got to get to previous warlocks. First, here is the Michigan State football coach. Boom,
What?
warlock, bang. Only warlocks can do that. Here's number 80 from USC.
What?
Where'd he go? Nobody knows. Here's this Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Right here.
Michael Jackson warlock.
Doing this, and this, of course,
Yep,
is
uh-huh.
well,
Wow.
no, I rejected her as a warlock yesterday. Anyway, here's Meredith Carey.
Look at that. She never skips leg day. That is crazy.
Wait a minute.
She is in.
My son's TV show is brought to you by Domino's. Oh, yes, we did. Time to play the game that found a piece of candy in his belly button and still ate it. See? Or no?
Muffins. Usually blueberry muffins is what I find in my belly button. You tell us what's on television tonight. We'll say if we're intrigued or not.
On Fox Sports Ohio, Kings and Cavs.
Oh, the Cavs are playing very well here, and they're having such a good time, and it's so much fun that it's being reported that perhaps in this last game, LeBron James was trying to practice on Michael Jordan's moves. Let's see what we've got here. You put them side by side. Does it look like he was
Take the one
actually
on the
just
left.
fooling around here, Sarah? Does it? I mean, that right there,
That
that
looks
move
straight
there,
at Jordan,
that
yeah.
looked like very Michael Jordan,
yeah.
what he did there. In fact, I've never seen LeBron do that with the basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was.
Yeah,
The game is that easy for him, right? The
Right?
game.
And we've heard his basketball IQ is so incredible that he can memorize every step.
Sarah, are you intrigued?
I don't like that he's pretending to be the GOAT. I am intrigued by this because we were willing to talk about the Cavs when they stunk, and now we're just ignoring them as
She's
they
just-
win 12 in a row.
Right, so you can't accuse her of hypocrisy. She's
Yes.
saying yes, but she doesn't really. She's not interested, so she's insincere, not hypocritical.
True.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know, I picked the Sacramento Kings to win over the Warriors last week, and
did.
they did. I'm telling you, tonight, you know,
No.
the Cavs winning streak,
No.
they come to an end.
No.
You know, Sacramento is going to strike again. I'm
No.
telling you, that's right. That's it. I'm predicting a big win for Sacramento again.
Poppy's never wrong.
Sacramento's
Except when he is.
going to strike again. Put it on a movie poster.
On Fox Sports Southwest, Heat and Spurs.
Oh, my father saw this on the show sheet. My father's like, that's a loss. We got no chance. We got no chance against the Spurs. Let's check in with a recent game there involving Josh Richardson of the Heat. Let's check in with Josh here. There you go on the inbound play. That is him contributing there. Yeah, come on. Is that Batum? Yeah. Nicholas. Oh, come on. And that concludes our Heat coverage for the season. Sarah, are you intrigued?
Absolutely not, no.
Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. You know, Kawhi Leonard is scheduled to come back pretty soon, but tonight he doesn't want any part of the Heat. You know, he's going to stay out tonight. He's afraid of the Heat. I'm
that's
telling
right.
you.
Okay,
that's
he's ready
right.
to come back. He's
That's
been
right.
medically cleared, but he's scared. He's scared.
On PBS, Nature.
Oh, I'm always in on all of these. But what if I were to tell you there is a peacock spider, and a peacock spider is feeling romantic, and there's a mating dance that he will do for your perusal. Can I interest you in some of that?
This is
He just ate it.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, how is that the spider going to explain to the kid spiders, you know, that, you don't have a father any longer because I ate your father, you know, after he made you, I finished him up, you know. Well, how the hell is she going to explain that to them, you know?
The kids, so
He's in
confusing.
spider jail.
Hey, your Poppy is in heaven. He's in heaven.
That's all the time we have today. Thank you for watching.
I'm truly rattled after that. Rattled most by how happy Sarah is.
Justin Timberlake of spiders.
Look out, ladies.
Oh, look out, Lourdes Lebitard. Poppy's coming home. Oh, yeah.
Caught in his webs, the cobwebs that appear when he undoes his pants.
Don't hit me.
We will be doing the show without Poppy tomorrow.
Check this out. Laying out courtside at an NBA game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats at approximately $1,019 per. Carry the 2. Repeating, of course, most expensive nap of all time. Let's go around the horn.